All right, man, once you get situated, I feel like we're in your living room because we got the family here. We got the winner right here. But let's get right to it. Split decision.
I know.
What's going on there? Were you? I know you were confident you were going to win, but what was your reaction like when they were like 29, 28, 29, 28, and
Some bull, you know? I thought I for sure won 2 rounds. I thought I cruised the third round, but I had my reasons, and I didn't think he did anything significant like how I had the past 2 rounds.
now I have to ask, cruising in that third, obviously something we won't do again, but because you had him in the bag, or was this like a talking between rounds, like, hey, don't give him any openings?
No, it's he had actually damaged my forearm, so I felt like I couldn't really throw my right hand anymore. So it's not that I wanted to cruise; it's just I couldn't let my hand go just because my hand was so jittery and I couldn't just close it tight where I wanted to like let it go. So I knew he was throwing everything. He was throwing the the sink in the fucking whole kitchen. So I was just like, man, this guy is trying to go throw a Hail Mary right now. He's throwing that left hook and the two cross. You know, he was just trying to knock me out that last round. So I was just trying to be cautious and not run into anything, especially because I wasn't confident with my arm.
Okay, is this a position you've ever been in before, where you kind of have to downshift? Because we love your pace,
Yeah.
but that is kind of crazy, right? Mentally, to have to kind of switch gears and fight conservative. If
Yeah, this is the first time that I had to do something like that where I felt like I need to change my approach. I know he was coming with everything because he was losing, and I felt like he knew that, and he was trying to win that third round and try to knock me down, make it maybe a 10-8. But I was showing my Philly shell, my head movement, and I didn't feel like he was hitting me anything. You know, like he was more active, but I don't see him hurting me or, you know, really even controlling the pace. He was just trying to be more active, and so I was just like, okay, this is kind of BS that they saw it as a split decision.
right, man, we could never know what the judges are thinking, right? What I do think is that you put on a great performance, and he did throw everything and that kitchen sink, but you did too. Man, that was a good fight. Was that the game plan going in here, to stay in the pocket, stay in his face, and come forward with like combinations?
Yeah, the whole game, my whole camp was in and out, but for close enough to be able to draw him out where I could be able to counter right away. I wanted to explode. I wasn't bringing my feet in like I wanted to underneath me, but I was countering him pretty well, and I wanted him to lunge a little bit more. But he knew that every time he threw something, I was going to come back with my 2-1, and he was having a lot of difficulty trying to stop that. And I had hurt him in the stomach. I knew he was hurt a couple times. I caught him with that spinning back fist that hurt him. You know, I took him down. I elbowed him at the end of that round. I felt like I was doing everything well enough to do how I had practiced the whole game plan, you know, throughout my whole camp.
Yes, sir. And it made for a very fun fight. Regardless of how the judges might have had it, we can all agree that was an absolute firefight. Thank you for that. I don't see any ice. I don't see no bandage. Is it going to be just kind of something you got to heal up, or when do we see you back in this octagon against more action?
It's just a little swollen, you know. It's not anything crazy. Just ice it.
Ooh, good.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm ready to fight if they need me to fight in within a month or so. I'm ready.
What are you projecting? Give me an idea of what you're kind of like we'll say like division board, if you will, like 2 fights, 3 fights, top 15, arena fight, go home and fight. See, what would it give me an idea of what the rest of the year is looking like, please?
I'd like to fight 3 more times this year. Cub has been telling me that I need to be active, and I agree with him. I need to be active, fight 3 more times, and finish my first contract. And you know, whatever the UFC wants to give me, I have names that I want to fighters that I want to fight. I wanna get close to that top 15. I want to show my boxing. I want to show how good of a fighter I am, and you know. One thing that Cub has told me that it's about the names that you have underneath your belt, and I'm ready to collect those heads.
For sure, man. Can we respectfully call some people out, or what are the guys that interest you? Like, I'd match up well with this dude right here.
Yeah, it's all respect. You know, if I'm calling them out, it's because I think that they're gonna make fun fights with me. Nate the Train is one of those guys that I feel like would be a really fun fight for the fans. It intrigues me. He's a crazy fighter, and I'm ready to put him. I'm ready to prove who I am, and with someone like that, and I'm excited because I feel like I would. I feel like I'll surprise everybody.
Right on, man. Well, with performances like that tonight, you put everybody on notice. Can't wait to see you back. Well done, sir.
Gracias.
Nate the Train, man, that's definitely setting up a grueling fight right there. Is that one of the things that you think the fans of the UFC maybe haven't seen from you yet? Is somebody that's dragged you out into those crazy deep waters?
Yeah, I don't think I've been in one fight like that once, and I love it. I like those type of fights. I grew up watching boxing, so being in those wars is what I want, and I want to save it, but I want to save it with those names.
Yeah.
And Nate the Train is one of those guys where it's a name where I would like to go to war with him, and I think it will be fun. And where, like a Manny Pacquiao versus Marquez, the more they come forward, the more I could counterattack.
And, like you said, you're still relatively new with the UFC. You had the Contenders fight, and this is the second fight after that. Do you think your boxing is one of the things that, you haven't had a chance to really highlight and showcase for the fans yet? And you think that's one of the things that maybe will separate you from some of the other fighters in the division?
Yeah, of course. It's about styles. Styles make fights, and I'm ready to have someone like Nate the Train or other fighters that could make me fight like that, where I get to show my boxing and, show my wrestling and just show how complete I am, not just the boxing part.
And you mentioned Cub earlier, you had a great team. You had some other teammates here with you as well. Two of the judges that sided your way had you for the first 2 rounds. I think the other judges went the way on the third. But what sort of words were they telling you going into that third round? Did you feel that you were up 2 rounds already at that point? And what were they sort of telling you going into that third round?
Yeah, they're always going to tell me to finish strong. They don't want me to try to cruise around. But in my head, I was downshifting because of how my arm was feeling. And I knew he was going for Hail Marys. And so they wanted me just to be more active, keep attacking stuff that we knew he was already hurt from, like the calf kick. He was pretty hurt from there since the first round. The body was hurt. So just something that, just to keep myself more active. Like I said, I give myself 6.5 in my performance. I know I could do so much better. It is what it is, I made weight, so nobody could tell me anything now.
Yeah. Well, you're a very tough judge on yourself. If you're giving yourself a 6.5, I look forward to see when you start giving yourself 8s and 9s going out there. I mean, when you go back, I mean, obviously there's always things, and I'm sure you'll watch the tape and you'll pick apart things that you want to do better. But as you leave here tonight, what's one of the things that you're maybe that you're like, all right, this is what I need to focus on, or what are you most, displeased about your performance tonight? Because it was a solid performance.
I mean, everybody was calling out to get my legs underneath me. I was lunging a lot, and I wasn't using my footwork. I feel like I have one of the best footworks when I'm in my sparring room. Yeah. I could move my feet really well. I could make people look left and right, and I'll be behind you. So I think I didn't do that, where I didn't get to show my boxing footwork, which I wanted to. But it is what it is. That was the type of performance that I was able to come out at that moment. I feel like with certain other fighters, I think it's gonna keep improving. Like you said, I'm young. It's my second fight in the UFC. I've been only doing MMA for a few years, so even though I've been boxing, I'm able to translate it well to MMA. But I'm still new in the game, so I'm learning.
Yeah. When you go back and watch it, there's some points where your footwork looked really good. You could definitely see their boxing side of that, because there's something when boxers are able to duck under punch and just slide up next to a fighter and throw shots. It's a thing of beauty. And you did that a couple times tonight, so I think you'll see that, and you give yourself some plus ratings or something. But I mean, I guess I know you said you want to fight 3 more times this year, but looking at the end of 2025, after coming here now and having a couple wins after the Contender Series, do you think breaking the top 15 is going to be a possibility this year if you're able to get a couple more fights?
Yeah, for sure. I think being able to get close to the top 15 is definitely doable for me. I don't see a lot of guys that are gonna give me problems that are outside of that top 20. Really, everybody's really good. I'm not trying to disrespect anybody, but I also think I'm good, and I think they haven't seen somebody that could slip and roll and have that type of footwork, and I could wrestle too, you know. And I have my submissions. I just haven't been able to show it all the time. I showed it against Culibao. It was my first fight. Yeah, I know what I could do, so I'm ready to show it once I fight again. You know, so that's why I want to fight more times. I just need the experience.
Yep. We'll definitely look forward to it. I think that Nathan Train fight would be fun, but any other fights. But looking forward to see you back in there. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.